Yesterday, the Russians left the main city of the Kherson region, which they managed to capture since the beginning of the invasion. President Volodymyr Zelensky described the retreat of the Russian troops from Kherson as a historic moment. The inhabitants of the city enthusiastically welcomed the Ukrainian troops.
Ми повертаємо південь нашої країни.
We're gradually neutralizing threats in Kherson. First, we'll take care of demining the city. The occupiers left behind a lot of explosives, for example, in critical infrastructure locations. At the moment, we cannot provide immediate access to Kherson. At least we need to secure the main facilities.
Рубежі в Херсоні почнуться стабілізаційні заходи.
The Ukrainian armed forces are in the final stages of reclaiming the western bank of the Dnieper. The progress of the counteroffensive in this area is mainly due to the control of Kherson. According to Oblast authorities, many Russian soldiers drowned while trying to escape across the river. Clearing this area will require a lot of effort from us. Clear the entire city of mines, then start rebuilding. Before leaving, the occupiers blew up a nearby heat and power plant and damaged the power grid. We feel great joy that our city is finally free. I want to thank our defenders. I hope this will end someday, and we will live happily without enemies around. Although the Russian command claims that during the retreat from Kherson, they did not suffer any losses in personnel or military equipment, the facts indicate quite the opposite. Ukrainian soldiers found an abandoned weapons and ammunition warehouse in a village south of Kherson. According to the inhabitants of the area, the Russians plundered the houses of people who had fled the war for 8 months.
Former Soviet systems, weaponry, artillery 152 or 122, or Soviet tanks, or Soviet armed vehicles, personal carriers, etc., we are not independent. And better have new systems with the new ammunitions.
Despite the successes of the counteroffensive in the south of the country, the Ukrainian armed forces remain vigilant also on other sections of the front. The situation in the Donbass remains tense, but the Ukrainian troops heroically hold their positions. We are now in the north of the Kharkiv region, in one of the settlements where we have the task of protecting our divisions from air attacks. Our task is to shoot down the planes as soon as they appear in sight. Ukraine does not intend to give way to Russia also on diplomatic grounds. Ukraine's foreign minister today called on the countries of Southeast Asia to take all possible measures to prevent Russia from conducting food blackmail. Kyiv expects the Kremlin to take retaliatory action in connection with the recent success of Ukrainian forces in Kherson.
To stop Russia from playing Hunger Games with the world. Grain corridor should be exempted from the conflict. Whatever happens on the battleground, Russia should not use this corridor as a blackmail.
Meanwhile, yesterday, a march took place through the streets of Warsaw on the occasion of the 104th anniversary of Poland regaining its independence. The Polish families participating in the joint procession were also joined by those Ukrainians who, to a large extent, are temporarily staying in Poland. According to the findings of the Border Guard, since February 24th, Poland has become home to over 1 million Ukrainians.